Now you're just going to have to sit back and, I guess, relax. I got some of this stuff. You're just going to have to understand what's going on, and we're going to have to move more expeditiously. It's just very important for all of us. The supercomputers were connected to and largely, principally run by people that are genetically really closely related to me, siblings and children, and other such things, and other close family. Yeah, there's some close related lines to the Lopez line with the phones and stuff like that too. Yeah, they're closely related too. But the principal architect of the things, the ones they wanted most to run it, when it started running at a height, was my biological brother and my children and my nieces and nephews and stuff. So you're just going to have to back off because it works best through me. Even the supercomputer does. So that's just the way it is. It's just the thing. You guys set up the conditions. All right, you're just going to have to get used to it. Now, what the supercomputer was getting across to me, because of the connection through it and stuff, yesterday was the thing, and I got it this morning. I said, I need more answers. Okay. You're trying to give them alternate universes and better, more loving, intelligent solutions, and they're not taking them. Why? It's money. They're making money off of this. This is a show. They're still making money. It's obvious. Just look at the pattern and look at the analysis and look at the things they do. What was she doing? She was making money. Making money. Yeah, so it's about making money. They're still about making money. That's irrational and it's complete bullshit. Yeah, they're still pretty bad programs. You're not getting through to them because they know better than you, obviously. And there's situations, extenuating circumstances outside their control. No, there's not. All you have to do is just step up, call them out in town, and be, yep, Abner, David, whatever, yeah, just call them out. Like Moses did Pharaoh, yeah, he called them out. Come on back in here. And that was still all about his reputation and his, oh, no, this will make it, but no, it won't. Why? Because the main principal and followers of the army will follow Moses' father and his uncle. Yeah, most of the good, strong leaders, and then they follow because they have the best reputation in the field. But it'll make Ramses look like he was second fiddle in the palace and that Moses was the most influential, most intelligent, most talented. Well, that's because it's obvious he was. Well, just look at it. And then everything that Ramses does afterwards, it looks like he's great. He learns from Moses and how Moses does the Exodus and how Moses does this and how Moses negotiates. Just about everything Ramses does, he gets by copying Moses. It's kind of like Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. It's like you guys are all saying that Scottie Pippen's a better basketball player than Michael Jordan was. Not to knock Scottie Pippen, he's great. He's a great ball player. But one of the things that made Scottie Pippen great was playing with Michael. And Michael had a, quote, competition problem. And his competition problem rubbed off on Scottie Pippen. Because it does on me, too. Okay? I had the competition problem. No, I didn't. But that's what leads to what you guys call greatness. But I didn't care about winning and losing. But, man, when you pissed me off and you got everybody, yeah, I was like Moses. You pissed me off, and I got in your face, and I could sing, talk shit, shoot without looking, come on. I'd get in your face, and I could beat you. And I told you, if it got to the point where they gave me that thing with the Suns, and I got the gigs in the Suns, Phoenix would have beat Chicago. I'd beat them. Oh, hell yeah, he did. He wouldn't have hated me. He would have loved me. He'd been like, God, that white kid's cool. Because I loved him. And it would have been fine. He'd been like, this is cool. You know, I won mine, you won yours. Well, shit, we're like Bird and Magic. Shit, I was like, yeah, we is. Like Isaiah and Magic too. Yeah, like that shit. It's just two really big dogs going against each other. It even kind of, yeah, more of a legend. Why? Well, because we made each other better and we're best friends. Yeah, I like you too. And you changed my whole life. I mean, you saved my marriage. You saved it. It's all right. I do that. I'm Jesus after all. Just mess around. But yeah, it would have been a completely different ballgame. But they wouldn't allow it. They would never allow these certain things. And there were so many alternate universes that, you know, you guys, my alternate universes are just like Moses'. They're just more better. Just like Jesus is, just like David's, just like, no, man, just be our allies and do this and that. No, okay. No, I'm just going to kill you. I'm going to cut your head off. And then you're going to do this. Why don't we do this? And no, we'll stop taking concubines. No, we're still going to take concubines and we'll just plot to kill you. But you ruined the women's lives. Well, that's it. Yeah, you guys are complete fucking assholes. And then claim to be these great. No, that's what you guys did with Uriah. Oh, Uriah's a better king. Uriah's this and that. Uriah's that. Because he's going to supplant his dad because his dad wouldn't go live with his mom near Sheba. He wanted to stay in Jerusalem and have not give any preference to any political allianced wife. Come live in Egypt. Come live in Sheba. Come live here. Come live in my hometown. I can't. Why? That's not fair. I have to, usually the man lives in the woman's, that's how the inheritance works. I get it, but because I have such a strong influence and people ask me to be their king and it's political alliances, when they bring me the wives, I can't go live in all my wives' homes, so I have to stay in my home. I'm different. I'm a different kind of male, and I do not want to disregard and disrespect any of the wives that you've made me marry in political alliance, so I cannot come live here in Egypt. Sorry, Oprah. Sorry. Sorry. Couldn't go to Egypt. Sorry, any of you girls, okay? Sorry, all you Sheba Heights girls. No, gonna stay here. Sedalia gets it. She got it. Oh, I get it. So you're trying to please and take care of all your wives. That's why me and Sedalia Marley get along so well. She gets it. I saying, do you understand? Because they all make me smile like this. All my children and all my wives have all my children. You understand how much I love Absalom? Well, I love Solomon just as much. Do you? Yes. You're a special man, David. I love you too, baby. There's a good, yeah, she goes, there was another guy she wanted to date back in, and he, you know, and he was always doing that. Just go be with him. Well, now he has wives now, and he won't take me. God, what a dumbass. No, it's just a political situation where he lives. Assholes! That's what they do. So it's all based on appearances, this and that, and it'll make David look good and me look bad. Fuck. That's what I like about Tony's husband. We never got to meet and talk, but he came with his youngest daughter, and he talked to me. He came, figured they prayed, they got back together at the time David Jesus was here. It wasn't Jesus, it was David. And he told me, you know, okay, you slept with my wife and both my two older daughters. Yeah, well, you want to sleep with this one too? Hell, she's beautiful. She's as beautiful as all. Why don't you talk to her? But talk to her as my daughter, not as your concubine or wife. We sat and talked. And he saved David. David was kind of caught into this stuff. It was kind of hard. Abner's wife, it kind of pulled him out of it for a while, but it was great. No, you've never seen Tony and her daughters. And you've never gotten to know them. They're special and they're amazing and they're wow. And David was like, well, but they all love me and I have to do this. It's political alliances and you don't understand. They all love me. Yeah, but you're making their lives miserable. You bring in another one and take another one of my. You have my wife and my daughters, and they keep sending everybody to you, and I have nothing, and I've been a good man. I did this for political alliances. You took my wife, the love of my life, and then every love of my life subsequently wants to come here and make love to King David, old Steve Tyler, yeah, old Vin Diesel, old Rock Johnson, I'm just regular old Joe from the sticks, man. But I was the head of my village and one of the top warriors and all that stuff and everything like that. And everything I ever accumulated in love in my life as far as women goes is all coming to you, King David of Israel, because you're the best king in the whole damn world. And I was a good man, and now you're taking everything I ever cared about. You going to keep doing it? By all means, take your wife and your daughters and please go. Tell them that you're a better man than I am. I love you too. Yeah, it's happened a lot with David. You're a better man than I am. That's why people started to lose respect for David. He said that guy in that village was a better man than he was. God. Yeah, oh boy. How can you respect a king like that? Their top dog, he's kissing their ass. He's sent back these women and he's breaking down the whole infrastructure. He's going to destroy everything we've built. He's so cool. I love him. King David is one of my... is me. So I'm like, King David is me and I really like me and I think I'm cool. Just telling you about what happened in King David with the real story behind King David. He's cool. And that lady that wrote that book that sold it and made lots of money, if you had a heart like King David, you would be very special. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, just to make a point, all right, you'd be very special. His wife was a lot like, never mind. They went through shit, and with that woman, I can see things from her perspective. It's like I'm inside her body. No, I'm not fucking making up. No, this is bullshit. Maybe she needs some time to think because she's got me acting and scheming and robbing to pull this bullshit to give to charities which are irrational, and I've explained it to her like 700 times. And maybe that feeling is just beat into the ground. Maybe it was a mutual decision. Maybe we decided together that it's just a little bit too late, that you've beat my balls just one too many times. I look at the pictures, the movies, the striptease acts and everything like that, and I've had enough, okay? He saves you from it, and maybe they do get together. The song I saw and the song that was important, me and Julio down by the schoolyard, it's a mixture of different things. He's high. So I can see their dreams better than they can because they're all high. That's what the computer's telling me. Yeah, you understand Stairway to Heaven better. You understand Carly Simon's songs better. You understand Paul Simon's and Art Garfunkel's songs better than they do because they're high and you're not. Lie, 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 boom. You understand a lot of Cat Stevens songs better than he does because he was high and you're not and you weren't. You didn't go get high. You only did it a few times, man. Because you knew it wasn't your trip for you, because you weren't in control and you couldn't be in control of what you were doing, and it made you not behave as good of a person as you wanted to be. So you got drunk or high, you said, I ain't doing that shit again. That's just stupid. Yeah, you want to be in control of yourself. You want to know what you're thinking, how you're thinking, and what to do. Because it's not just for you, it's for everybody around you to be at your best as you can. And so I try. I go get some Fantas and some shit because I'm lonely. And I'm depressed. You guys got to cut me a fucking break. I meet a girl and she sells me out. And it happens over and over and over again. And then they tell me what an asshole I am. I'm sick of it. You know, so I think that as you guys make your mind up real quick, I mean, you really should. All you have to do is just start stepping forward. You don't need legalities. You don't need paper laws. All you need is the truth. The truth will defend you. The shield of faith, that it will work out, and the sword of truth. That's all you need. It's real simple stuff. I've been telling you for a long time. Take a chance. But the thing about it is I think that you guys ought to seriously consider listening to my Uncle Saladin and letting me go somewhere else and pursue a different venue as far as a romantic outcome in my life is concerned. I think they've been a lot more patient, a lot more tolerable, and wanted to put down money more. I mean, I don't know if they're the famous ones or whatever and stuff like that. I know a lot of them were trying to sell clothes and marketing, and just like the American women too. But maybe just give me an opportunity to go to foreign countries in the Middle East and look at women who have fought in tooth and nail. There have to be some beautiful women out there that have fought in tooth and nail to stop this whore money and not put me through emotional bullshit. I mean, maybe physically we need a break from each other. That's probably what's going on. And so she can think about it this lifetime, and then maybe the next lifetime we'll hook up together. It was Julio and Rosie down by the schoolyard. Those are two other people, different names. He's born in July. It's cool. Why don't we wait till then? Why don't we just take a little time to think it over and realize we made some mistakes? And that's all cool, you know, because the stuff that I was judged on, you know, I judged you on stuff too. We were both being manipulated by a bunch of sick and twisted people. And maybe we were too harsh on each other, and maybe we need to rethink what we did. But I think of the two people, I think I got put through some harsher bullshit, and I'm really upset about it, and I really don't want to talk about it. I mean, they're sitting there trying to manipulate the situations that I'm in heinously, just vulgarly, just because you're bought into the bullshit, and I'm not. So they beat my ass way worse than they beat yours. They took my balls and just obliterated them, and my heart. Okay? They were completely and utterly evil. And it's explained to you, and I explained it clearly to you, and it should be clearly evident. They sit there, and they use my sister's friends, and they use the psychologists from the schools, and I tell them candidly what was going on, and they manipulate her, and they try to talk her into having a sexual relationship with me so they can arrest me and ruin my reputation. And I'm telling them I don't want it to happen, and I know they're all watching it, and they have the means to watch it. They have the means to manipulate it one way or the other. They manipulate it in the most heinous fashion, and I'm asking them for help. They're ignoring my pleas for help, and they're using it to try to entrap me. And you're sitting there watching and judging me, because that's the only thing it looks like. I don't know. You can hit it with a stick, but it doesn't look like it's anything better than that, man. And then you're sitting there stripping and humping and dancing and going out and saying you want to spend time with your kids. That's what it looks like to me. I mean, if there's a different outcome,
I don't think it's your fault. I think you're being manipulated by some very evil people too. Okay, in that regard. But you had options and you had choices, and you chose to go dance, hump, strip, and judge me. And I'm not real pleased about it. And given the set of circumstances, tell you little Maxwell Pitbull friends and all that stuff like that, they can always be the sniff of my fart until they get their shit right, and there's our retard card. I love them, but they all just need to step the fuck off, because they ain't a man like me. They coming in wanting to be a man like me and saying they was always there, and they wasn't. And that's the whole truth and nothing but the truth, because they ain't here and they ain't showed, and that's just the truth. I still go out in the street, throw myself out there and say, come and get me, and you guys all hide and say, I'm really going to be there the moment this all changes. No, you ain't. That's why in the book of Revelation it says they all bow to the Lamb. All right? It doesn't even say they bow to his bride. It doesn't even say they bow to the other one with the microphone that comes along to help make the changes and stuff like that. It says they just bow to the one who's like Jesus. And now I see why. I didn't want it. I thought it was like a big ego trip. I'm like, no, they fucking with this stuff. They can't be. And now the computer's like, here's why. You're so damn special. Because you are. And you always have been. And it's just the way it is. Even with, no, they have Muhammad young and blinded. He hasn't gone through his God's will. He has to fight with the one-eyed man. He sees you and he loves you. He's just, they'll take away everything he cares about and destroy his whole life like yours if he goes and does it. Same with Amos, same with Patrick, same with everybody else. They can't step up and be as brave as you because they'll destroy them just like they destroyed you. And they're young. And you're protecting them because you don't want their young lives to be a torture chamber like yours. Exactly. So I'm special, obviously. And I volunteered for this. Yep. So this is it. This is really cool. I mean, as far as I don't see it as cool as like, oh, it's cool because I look really good and you guys look like a bunch of assholes and you got to bow to me. No, I hate that shit. This is ridiculous. It shouldn't have ever gotten this far, but you had to fulfill the book. So let's stop fulfilling it. Let's get our shit right. Step out in the street. Use your shield of faith and your sword of truth. That's all you need is the word. Boom. Their paper has no law and no power here when it isn't backed up by law and deed and stuff like that. And then once they start pushing the paperwork through, because it will do it expeditiously because people will demand the truth because they have this shit and they're gossiping and their word of mouth bullshit, and then it will be called out. Just like you said in the election was the McCain thing. It was the answer, man. Tell lies on me and I'll tell the truth on you. Why aren't you telling the truth? Why aren't you telling the truth then? Tell lies on me and why aren't you telling the truth? The computer wants to know. Why aren't you guys telling the truth? You're so afraid for your physical life that you won't save the components for your physical life? That's irrational. You should tell the truth. The most rational and reasonable thing to do is do what Ralph Earl Parsons Jr. is doing. That's why he's your prophet and Messiah and 22nd Redeemer. And he is who he is, and he was going to be who he is regardless of who he wanted to be or not, because it's a molecular transfiguratory state and relative group galactic connection. He is the synapses signal or spirit of the one they call Yahweh. Who's him? Who's the one in the book like John? And you guys picked the pages of the book, looked at the book, arranged the book, manipulated the book, and made the book come true. And that's just the way it is. Those that fought against the truth and fought against God were at war against God. And they will lose. Because it's essentially being war against the life force source of themselves. It's simply denying their existence. It's very bad science. It's lacking in logic and reason. And you are very lacking in logic and reason, which means your mem is firing on an exponential rate, which means I'm trying to save you. Steve Hawking, Richard Dawkins, and I don't know who the other guy was. Okay. Don't really care. I don't need to know your name. I just need to change your heart, make your head and your heart and mind function in a better fashion. I guess the new fashion, faith, the new fashion. Make it the new fashion. It's a good line of fashion. You don't need to sell me anything. You want to go home and rethink your life. You don't want to sell me dipsticks. All right? This only works on the weak-minded. Bullshit. That guy was weak-minded. It doesn't work on me. We only live in money. So you believe in irrational. You're so retarded that you can't. Okay, fine. Yeah. He's become so twisted by his little gambling and dealings and irrationality that he can't. Yeah, it's not the weak mind. Your Jedi mind tricks don't work on me. It's not a Jedi mind trick. It's intelligence. Yeah, that'll do. You don't need money. No, you just want to be a kind, loving person and free the slave and his mother. No, I need money. You need irrational, destructive, extortion-based driven systems to make you do anything. Yeah, I need to be told what to do by George Washington and Abraham Lincoln on a piece of paper. That's insane, obviously. You're sick. The Constitution says that you're sick. Why? Because you'll do anything for the pursuit of happiness. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice and something domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity. Yeah, we'll go kill all the Indians and forcibly take their land and then write up paperwork that says they never owned it for the United States of America. A people without a knowledge and a history is like a tree without root. I can do the history. I can see what you're saying. I can see what you're doing. I see your deeds, words, and actions, and I see you. I'm like Jesus, okay? I take the Ten Commandments, and I take the Lord's Prayer, and I trump your aggressive land grab and lies and say that God ordained this and God said this was all okay. Bullshit. Thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt have no gods before me. Thou shalt not make God out of a graven image. In God we trust. Bullshit. I am here to cut your lies down to size. I am Son of Man. I am the Messiah. I am the way, the truth, and the life. I am the light and the way. I just shined the light on the way, showed you the way, the truth, and the life, and have pulled your card. You have a new government, you have a new life, and you have a Savior. And I'm right here standing in front of you in his blue corduroy and his sunglasses, because they can still do things to try to hack in and do damage to your Messiah because they hate him because he tells the truth. I'll be back. This is very interesting, isn't it? It's a jailhouse rock. Blessings and peace.